Do you have the email to register for?
So I can call this
Yes.
meeting to order. Welcome everyone that's here, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Supervisor Campbell will lead us in the pledge.
All right. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move into our next item of business, call to the public. Anyone out there want to address the board? Go ahead, Gene. State your name.
I'm Jean, oh, no point in aiming this, right?
Right. Talk loud.
Okay, it's fine. I'm Jean Swenison. I work part-time for engineering. I have been working on a community wildfire protection plan for, I hate to say it, calculated, look at some of the dates, 3 years now. But it is a lot more than I had remembered, because my husband and I had done one for Gila County a number of years ago, but then we could concentrate 100% on that and got it done in a summer. But it is what I am considering final now, and I'm going to bring it up to you. Now, this does not have all of these scans. I still have to, I'll be pestering the IT folks about how to find my scans. They're in here. This is it. This is unfortunately, I can't leave it with you because I wrote down for one error. That's the title page for the maps. It's behind the map rather than in front of it, but I wanted to let you have a quick look at that. And I'm starting to collect signatures Friday. I'm going to go get the Eagle Creek signatures. Darcy is down at that angle, so I can snag her in both boxes.
Okay.
All of this is the background material for it, and that will go in there, but it can go in after the signature page, so I'll figure out the technology of that later on. I have considered this to be just something, collecting a brainstorming session, collecting everybody's ideas, and that is that anything that anybody had a notion about it, particularly it's the water gathering spots, was something that came up over and over again to try to get that so that they would have storage for helicopter flights ahead of time. And any other ideas, then people just need to find funding. There's quite a bit of funding available for it, and as long as the idea is in there, they can justify and say that it's in the Community Wildfire Protection Plan. We have one, it's up to date. We are going to work very hard now to keep it up to date. We're already planned with the fire chiefs there required to be part of this, that they will, oh yeah, if you find any anything like Greenlee County misspelled, let me know. I can still correct some of these things, hopefully not too much. Or is that, are you looking at the wildfire?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Pretty impressive.
the dry trees, yeah.
That's the one why I understand now why I took this into CMI to see how much it would cost to print, and it's $73 a copy to do so. We will not do that. We'll do them in-house, and the few hard copies that we need to do, I'll hand out. But I see why, because flattening, learning all of these terminologies, flattening that GIS thing takes forever. You want to you have something else to do on the side while you're waiting it for it to flatten itself out enough to do. But once you have told it to flatten, then you can print a number of copies at once and it doesn't take any longer, but one at a time is time consuming. So anyway, I've still had that out for a long time. Any ideas, put them in there. One of the things, we're trying to get things where they can allow fence lines to be considered fire breaks as a way to redefine them and maybe get some things and get some safety buffers built in that way. And it's been through, almost everybody has read it or reread it, or those who could stand to read it. I myself am cross-eyed at looking at it, so I can understand nobody's wanting to go through it too hard, but it is available, and we can now check off that box when they're putting in for grants. We have a community wildfire protection plan. As soon as it's signed by everybody, and it's the state forester has to be the last one to sign it, so you'll get a mailed copy. It'll go to him. I'm hoping the regional one is right next door to him in the office, and they can get it done. I'll make another phone call about that. So if you have any questions, let me know.
I can't ask, but anyway, but thank you. And I can't ask you any questions, but
Call to the public.
because it's called to the public, but I'd love to talk to you about it. And so I'm going to direct Austin, if possibly she could get on the agenda, once you have it where it's the final
Got
draft.
the signatures.
If we could get it on the agenda, just to kind of do a quick review, and then that way we can ask questions about it. It would be wonderful.
Because it does not require your signature.
Okay.
It requires fire chief's signatures and requires the state foresters and somebody who worked on it. So at least you don't have to sign off that you.
Yes.
So you have plenty of plausible deniability if you need it.
But it would be nice to discuss it where we can discuss
Yeah.
it.
And if you've collected any other ideas, again, that's what I've considered. I'm just trying to get everybody's ideas, and then they can go look for the funding. It makes it possible to maybe get it, because there is quite a bit of money out there, because we know the problem is huge.
Mhm.
To waste that.
Thank you. Jim.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
it.
much.
Okay, anyone else? Sheriff Ellison.
How you doing, board? Mr. Gomez, board, Sheriff Eric Ellison. Just want to talk to you about what happened this last weekend. I know I talked to you the last board meeting about what happened on Memorial Day and the side-by-side epidemic we're having. It's not going to stop. We're a popular place, and we're going to have to figure out how we can combat and maintain safety in San Francisco River and Lower Eagle Creek. This Saturday night, late night, my chief deputy and I, we went out. We heard that they were out there. We had sent one deputy out early in the morning, and he had contacted hundreds of side-by-sides. And to be honest, it's a dangerous situation. We don't have any communications in there. Cell phones don't work, radios don't work. And then we send one deputy in there, and there's 1,000 people in there. And I want to say probably, rough guess, 800 of them are drunk and intoxicated. So it's a dangerous scenario for us to be going in there. So I guess the answer to our problems are, I don't know what the answer is. And what we're going to do is I've teamed up with some of the other sheriffs. They've agreed to help send some men and equipment to go in and try to go into these when it's highly populated and we had these big runs to kind of do some policing in there. Unreported, we know that there was probably 3 accidents that we didn't know about that they handled on their own, took people to the hospital on their own. We know there was fist fights in there. So what happens when you're drinking, heavily drinking, and a domestic turns into a fight turns into assault, and then maybe you're going to have a homicide or a rape. We can't get in there to help these people because not only that we do have the equipment to get in there, when you have hundreds of them and the road is blocked up in a massive traffic jam, I don't know how we're going to do it. I really don't. It's a concern. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get a plan to figure out how to get it fixed. They did leave lots of trash in that creek that night. I was contacted by all 4. I posted it, and then I was contacted by all 4 groups, and I asked them to go clean it up, and they did. They cleaned it up, and it looks immaculate. They did a great job cleaning it up. However, it's a situation that you guys need to know about what's happening in our county, and it's going to continue happening, and we got to prepare ourselves. I have to prepare the sheriff's office to deal with it, and I'm trying to wrap my mind on how we're going to prepare and get this fixed. But you know what's going on, and you can't ask me any questions about it. But now you know what we're dealing with, and it's a huge concern. It really is. So
Thank you,
Thank
but I'd
you.
like to talk to you
Thank you.
after offline because I've got some ideas that I think might help.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and hang in there. Okay. All right, because I
And
got,
Austin, if you could remind him, he does have a helicopter parked in his parking lot over there.
okay, we'll move into our next, oh, anybody else? Nope. We'll move into our next item of business, the Public Health Service District. The Board of Supervisors will convene as the Board of Directors of the Greeley County Public Health Service District and will reconvene as the Board of Supervisors following consideration of this next item, the consent agenda. Entertain for motion.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
I second that motion.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, we will now reconvene as the Board of Supervisors and we'll move into our next item of business, Flood Control District. Board of Supervisors will convene as the Board of Directors of the Greeley County Flood Control District and will reconvene as the Board of Supervisors following consideration of this next item, the consent agenda. Entertain for motion.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
And I second that motion.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, we will now reconvene as the Board of Supervisors, and we will move into our next item of business. Item number 4. Austin Adams, on behalf of Tony Hines and J.T. Maher, Public Works Fleet and Facilities Manager and Assistant Manager. The floor is yours, Austin.
Thank you, Chairman Gomez. I would like to go over on our first item, A. We are still waiting on the quotes to come back through that. We put it on the agenda if they did come back in time. They're not here. We'd like to table that to the 16th meeting.
That's the tractor?
That's the tractor.
That's actually the second tractor.
The second
other
tractor.
one we approved in
Last
the
time.
last
Yes,
meeting.
this is the second
Well,
one.
I entertain for a motion to table.
I move that we table agenda item 4A until we receive quotes.
I second that motion.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. So ordered. That item is tabled, and we move into our next item of business, B.
All right, so for this one, we have the purchase of 3 vehicles. It's a Blazer for fleet, a service truck for facilities and parks, and one 4-wheel drive for roads. I believe we got all of our quotes back. Kempton's came in the lowest on all 3 vehicles. And so I recommend that we purchase those from Kempton's, and if we want to approve them one at a time, just to have it on the record.
Okay,
You want a motion
to approve
for
one at a time.
each one?
Yeah.
Because it's listed on the agenda as just one line item, but
I
yes.
think it'll be cleaner if we do them separate.
So I move that we
Oh, you got it.
approve the purchase of a Blazer in the amount of $36,950 from Kempton's.
I'll second that.
For the fleet department.
For the fleet department, yes, sorry about that, for the
All
fleet
right.
department.
I second that.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered on number 1.
I move that we approve the purchase of a pickup with a box, 2-wheel drive, the amount of $63,699.20 for the Facilities and Parks Department from Kempton's.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered.
I move that we approve the purchase of a pickup long bed 4x4 in the amount of $53,602.02 for the Roads Department from Kempton's.
I'll second that.
Did you give the price?
Oh, for $53,602.02.
Is that cheap?
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered. Okay. Let's get 'em. All right, we'll move into our next item of business. Bianca, clerk of the board, calendar and events.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, sorry, wrong day. The 10th is county managers, sorry, gotta get my calendar. The 12th is county managers. Next Tuesday is our second board meeting. We would be, y'all will be adopting the tentative budget next Tuesday. Our LNA test on Wednesday, the 17th. The Secretary of State will be coming to our county to test our elections equipment for the primary election, July 21st. Early voting starts on the 24th, Wednesday. That's all I have for June. July 2nd, Thursday, offices are closed. Our first board meeting in July will be on the 14th. That'll be the adoption of the final budget. July 17th, last day to vote early in person for the primary election. The NACO annual conference is the 17th through the 20th. July 21st, Tuesday, is election day. And our second board meeting for the month will be July 28th. That's all I have for July, unless the board has anything to add. August 3rd, Monday, will be our board meeting to set tax rates and canvass the primary election. Our second board meeting will be August 18th. And county managers and Siegel meeting on the 21st. And that's all I have.
All right. In June, which is tomorrow and Friday, I have a eco retreat in Alpine.
Rough life.
Nice and cool.
Hopefully you get some rain too.
Yeah, it's in the forecast.
Yeah.
And does anybody else have anything?
Not right now, no.
No, sir.
Okay, Bianca,
Is that it?
that's it. Then that's all you had, right?
That's all I have, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, then we'll move into our next item of business, the consent agenda. I entertain for motion.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
I second that motion.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, so ordered. We'll move into our next item of business. Item number 7, supervisor reports. Anyone have anything to report?
I don't have anything at this time.
I don't have anything at this time, sir.
I don't either. Okay. So, we move into our final item, budget work session.
All right, give us just a minute, Renee, we got logged back in, so that's good.
Oh, good. I mean, not good for Will. He didn't really.
It shouldn't be that long, Renee's got this thing down.
Shoot, I forgot about the 16th, man. I'm gonna head up to my place up there, and I was gonna spend the week up there. It's budget. I'll see.
But that's easy.
That's
That's
too
not-
That's just too
tentative, is it?
Now, is there anything else that's pressing?
I don't know. I'll find out.
I'll find out.
Call it in. Will's got this show.
Yeah, I'll say the pledge.
This guy that sent me these pictures also told me about it. Something in the abandoned it down there.
Well,
And they finally traced it. That's the-
Thank you.
And where? Sure. I'm leaving tomorrow. Yeah, it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm leaving in the morning. when you're gonna do it this evening and stuff? Can you get into the board office?
I think so, I think does not lock.
If you can leave it on anybody's desk, or my office, my door's always open.
Or I'll leave it on that little basket.
If you just drop it by, we'll make sure you get it there.
Oh, that's right, it's a work day tomorrow, I was thinking it was a weekend.
So that's not, I'm not gonna be able to come, yes.
Yes, you can drop it by, we'll,
And if I don't get it done tonight, I'll come in tomorrow.
whatever works.
I'll get it done tonight.
I'll give it to Pascal and he'll, I think we got one of the foresters going to the meeting.
He'll chop it up. Know what I was gonna tell Eric was because every one of those side by sides were at Conoco or Marathon
Yeah,
before they headed out. Because I was there early in the morning,
there must have been 100 of them.
and they need to stand outside there. You know what I mean? Maybe pass out a flyer, pass out a garbage bag, something like that. You know what I mean? Just to kind of communicate and say, "We'll see you out there." You know, just so they know that hey, we're keeping
Yeah.
an eye out there.
Yeah.
I would probably have several vehicles, police vehicles there, just to kind of just
Yeah,
not to be
No,
adversarial,
yeah.
but to say, hey, we'll see you in a little bit because we're gonna be out there. Just be safe, and maybe pass out garbage bags or something.
yeah,
Just let them know they're there and watch them.
yeah.
It's always been there, I just wonder if the best kept secret's out or something.
I was up there. I got my rig all, I raked all the freaking things from the top
Pine
of the
needles.
gravel, from the top of the whole lot that I got. And then they come and pick them up.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I think we're good to go. I think we're
One
good.
of those wrecking rolls.
I do have.
On the
one.
back.
Oh, I have one, just
Oh,
a small one.
I know, yeah.
That's my,
Okay.
my place up there.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna.
We got mics now.
Can you
That's beautiful.
Those are pine needles that I
Yeah.
raked all up and then if I
How's it?
That's better.
Okay, I'm gonna go with some lump sums and then I'm gonna work my way
Stand up there tomorrow.
from the end of the budget to the front.
Okay.
So if you look down here, our total budget for fiscal year 27 is gonna be $21,489,193. As of today, we're balanced. Next week, we'll have that same number. This is a decrease from last year of around 650,000.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
So this includes the 4% wage increase, the increase to medical for 8.3%. Our retirement rates at ASRS is 11.98. It dropped 0.2 from 12%. Our PSPRS rate jumped to 23.58. We'll later explain that in the transfer we're going to request. This includes a position for the Superior Court judge or the security for the judge office and the annex in Duncan. For our IT department, we have a position there. The sheriff's request of 2 admins, a deputy, a detention liaison, pending the grant approval. We pay a percentage of that. Tony Hines with Public Works, he's had several vehicles. Obviously, you are in the process of approving 2 mowers and 3 vehicles ahead of time, so we don't have to include it in this budget.
Right.
But we still have the other, there's around 3 or 4 vehicles. There's 5 leases for equipment for the road department that we're gonna do with Empire. That's budgeted for in the debt fund. That's Fund 800. And then, there's 2 dump trucks that we're gonna purchase for the road department. We're gonna pay for one of those out of the HERF funds. The other one we're gonna pay out of our debt fund 800, but this is just interest accrual. So that's the money we'll use to pay for that. And then so the Fund 800, the debt retirement fund, that budget's gonna be a little bit higher because it's including for forecasted leases, around 5 of them for equipment, and then the purchase of a dump truck. Now, we're gonna have a presentation of our construction project, our capital projects. In this case, our budget in total went up to 50 million. It's never been that high before, but we've never budgeted the full balance of capital improvement funds. That's the case here. And it's at 7.2 million, so there's really, according to your schedule, there's not really anything that you're gonna have to say no to, pending your decisions. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the back. We're gonna send you these forms in the agenda board packet. We'll get what Bianca and she'll send you each form. I'm gonna start backwards with Schedule G. This is a outlook of our budgeted full-time employees. The retirement rates, the FICA, the healthcare costs, and what that total cost looks like. So for our general fund, we have 122 employees budgeted for. In total, we're paying a little over 11.7 million out of our general fund in payroll alone. Our special revenue funds, that's around 48 employees, and that comes out to a total of little 4 million. So that's the section of our cost to run this county. Schedule F is just a copy of what Schedule E is, but it has all the funds listed by which department manages them. So just I'll give you an idea there. You see the library, she manages these 3 funds. The sheriff has tons of funds he manages. So we'll go to Schedule E here. And this is gonna be the total expenses for the general fund and all special revenue funds. So when you look at this schedule, our total expenses for fiscal year 27 is the 21,489,193, what we started with. This is gonna show every department. The first column is gonna be what we budgeted for 26. This is going to be transfers that I'll explain after this. These are our year-to-date expenses for each of these budgets, and 1 month is forecasted out, so it's not an exact number, but close enough. Our fiscal year 27 column is what we budgeted for, and that's where you can do your comparisons. For our general fund, right below that is gonna be our special revenue funds, which include our main ones, the road department, our public health district, our landfill, our flood district, and same thing here. Is you're gonna see current numbers of expenses, what they used to be, what they're going to be. And at the very bottom, you'll see what we've spent in our debt service fund, what we budgeted last year, what it's going to be this year with the forecast of upcoming leases for equipment and a purchase of a dump truck. And then here, you're seeing a transfer in. We're gonna request permission from you to transfer our LATCF funds, what we've been using for capital projects. We're gonna ask permission for just to transfer it to our capital improvement fund, so we can just get all the charges there. And that's the reason for, you'll see the 925. We actually never touched our capital improvement fund this year. You'll have available for your decision 7.2 million. So the transfers we're gonna ask for, the first one I explained to you is the LATCF funds. That's 925,000, and that's just switching capital expenses from fund to fund. And it comes out from here. You'll see that match here coming out of our LATCF fund 9283. Let me get this a little bigger here.
One of the things you remember, you guys, we discussed this on the last meeting, that moving over to capital expenses, because we're using it for capital expenses, we've just been doing it out of that LTCF funds. So that's the transfer to the actual capital funds, so we're still be spending it, it's just gonna be in capital funds versus LTCF fund.
The other transfer you're gonna see, we're gonna request transfers from our other general fund budgets for 700,000. Currently, our PSPRS unfunded liability balance is at 711,000. We would like to make that payment this year to get ahead of the game and try and drop that interest rate back down. Since we made our last payment, we were at 16.7%, jumped to 20.39, 23.58 is coming up for fiscal
Put it on
year
a credit
26.
card or what?
That's a high percentage, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're trying to stay on top of that balance before it buries us. In the long run, over 20 years, it saves us tremendously.
Yeah.
And one of the things to remember on that, I think PSPR doesn't assume the rate of like 2.5 or 2.8 on raises.
Closer to 3%.
Closer to 3, okay. And so any year we beat 3% on raises, we fall behind on PSPRS liability.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and now for these vehicle purchases and mower that you're in the process of approving for Public Works, this is how we're gonna pay for them. We're gonna take $100,000 from our attorney. Sorry about that, just a second here. We're gonna take $100,000 in vacancy from our attorney fund. We're gonna take $150,000 from grounds and maintenance. We're transferring 200 of that into our fleet fund so he can make those purchases. 50,000 of this, the extra 50,000 is gonna go along with our transfer from our contingency fund of 650,000. So that gives us 700,000 to pay our PSPRS UAL balance. And then in our general service fund, we're gonna take a vacancy of 1 million and we're gonna transfer that into our flood district fund. Just because we never know, and with Gila County not getting reimbursed anything.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
That's where we're going from there. And then we're gonna take 250,000 vacancy from our sheriff budget. And where's the other? I might have explained that wrong. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking 400,000 left of these transfers listed here in the column, and we're transferring it into our public health district fund. That's money to put aside for an ambulance purchase. Okay, and did you have any questions on that?
No, I mean, that's,
We'll have the breakdown of these
I
transfers
don't wanna say shell game, but. I
in
mean,
the motions in your packet, and
Yeah.
it'll explain where it's coming from. Schedule D is our transfers that we're gonna take out of the general fund and other special revenue funds that are listed as budgeted transfers. So here you'll see where we receive 1.8 from FMI. It's coming out of their 199 fund into our general fund. We're taking 100,000 of our money and putting it into our probation fund. We usually keep that budget at 300,000. That's what keeps it there. And the rest is transferred to our airport improvement fund. 195 is the attorney office as a percentage of the chief deputy attorney. They asked for a match. That's what that shows there. We transfer 100,000 to our landfill closure and operations fund. 699,900 into our road fund. 356 into our health for the maintenance of effort. 120,000 into our fair. And 1414 into the family counseling fund for probation. That's a match as well. And then we are transferring 900,000 into our debt service fund, and that's to cover the forecasted leases. And an additional 500,000 into our capital improvement fund.
And that's the leases on the road equipment, right?
Yeah.
The gas stuff, right?
With Empire.
And then this also reflects that when we receive our SRS money, we'll be transferring 100 of that distribution into our road fund. And as Derek explained earlier, we found out that we get the match through PILT. So we thought this is the best way so the schools get the majority of this money.
Yeah.
Schedule C is gonna show all our revenues that we're depending on. Not our cash balances, just the new revenue coming in. The first part's gonna be our general fund, which has us collecting a little over 13 million. You'll see that number there compared to last year's 14.7. Our main sources of revenue, which we go through every meeting, is our state shared sales tax and our half cent sales tax, along with our PILT payment. This budget is based off of a $500,000 a month for state share sales tax. Our half cent is still at 120. There's our VLT received. It's about 14 higher, and our PILT's going to go up another 100,000, we'll call it, little less than 100. So that this whole column here is going to give you your revenues all the way down. Below the general fund section is obviously our special revenue section. It starts off with the 400,000. This is a budgeted amount for grants that are unexpected. It's been helping us out over year to year, so we're keeping it there. Our road fund, our public health fund shows the revenues that they're expecting, all the way through to the probation funds. And that'll be the total of our revenues. Schedule B is our property tax payments.
So it looks like our revenues were better than last year. Am I reading that correct?
They're lower than last year, but were you looking at received?
Well, we're forecasted, right? We're
Forecast
forecasting
8.3.
lower than what we had received last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that state share sales tax seems to be on the up, and
That's
we
conservative.
don't think it's gonna really go down, but we'll wait and see.
You don't want to forecast higher than what you might receive, you know?
Yeah. Okay, and Schedule B is our property tax payment. And what we're charging, so we come up to the truth and taxation rate of 0.8967. That's a little more than 8 cents increase from last year, but also our net assessed value went down compared to what it was last year. Last year was 463 million. This year it dropped to 435 million. So if you notice, the difference in what we're collecting is we collected 3.7 last year on 80 cents. It's going to increase in about 150,000. We're jumping up to 3.9 based on 89-cent tax rate.
So for you, Will, I mean, and you know this, but that's the valuation roller coaster, right? So when valuation goes up, our tax rate will go down, I mean, a little bit. And then when valuation goes down, our tax rate goes up to kind of even that out. But we wish that we could get a rolling 3-year average or something like that, you know what I mean, and set it, but we can't. So it's just every year, based on the assessed value, that's what triggers our tax rate.
So you can see in the public health district, we kept it at the max 25%. We can't go above that, and we're actually collecting less. Just a little bit less. And for the flood district, our rate actually went down from 0.24 to 0.1924, but as you can see, we're collecting just a little bit more. That gives us a total tax rate of combined tax rate of 1.3391 compared to the 1.2936 it was this year.
We'll still be the lowest in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll finish up with this column here. Focus on the first column. This is our general fund. We're going through with the cash carry forward balance of 14.3 million. In all actuality, it's probably 7 million, but we have to include the 7 million down here we have set aside for debt retirement and financial stability. The financial stability probably pays a little bit less than 3 months of our expenses. If you want to calculate it out that way, we include the 2 million, maybe 4. Here's our tax, property tax, primary property tax collected, 3.9. Here's that's from Schedule B. Schedule C is going to be our total revenue we're depending on, the 13.1. Schedule D is our transfers that we're receiving from FMI. And then these are all the transfers that we're sending out. That's how we come up with our total of 21,489,193 for our total budget. The next column is our special revenues fund. And that, here you go, you see they're rolling with 9.3 in their cash balance. The secondary tax rate is 1.2. The revenue they're expecting is 8.3. Transfers in is 1.4, which gives them an expense of 20.2, total revenue 20.4. We don't usually have to balance those, but as long as we have more revenue than expenses, we're good. Our next column is our debt fund, and that's going to be Fund 800, and that's paying for our capital, our lease option purchases, and then the equipment, the dump truck for the roads. This other column is 7.2 million. That's our capital improvement projects. And we're gonna give you the total number over here. Jeez. We got a $50 million budget in total.
The sheriff's budget's always the highest, huh?
Most definitely. Let's put him on the spotlight here.
He keeps going.
There he is.
Oh, gee. Look at that last year.
6'2"? 6'3"?
That includes the
5'5".
rifles he requested and all the other special purchases of supplies.
Safety is important.
Very.
Your criminals are expensive. I mean, jail
And this also has a last minute adjustment. Derek had gave me a call that legislature decided to increase the Superior Court judge and the justice of the peace wages come January 1, 27 to 210,000. So, we split the first half, so that's budgeted in there also.
They supposedly passed the budget too, didn't they? Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Derek told me when I texted him.
Yeah, I saw that last night. They left out a bunch of education money there.
So they
We'll fight
didn't,
about later.
they didn't steal from Peter to give to Paul, huh? They didn't steal from us to give to them? Not at all, they didn't short us on anything?
No.
Okay,
that's good.
good,
All our numbers so far have matched their,
yeah,
yeah.
good.
Might be unfunded liabilities. That's they're going to force us to do stuff that they're not going to pay for.
We have to pay Superior Court more, which is all the judges, so.
All right. That's it, huh?
Any questions?
Man, that's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
But no, that's good.
Thanks for your diligence and hard work there.
How do you feel about it? You all right? It's all there.
It's sustainable.
There you
What you
go.
wanted to hear, right?
There you go. Richard to be
Oh,
proud.
he's dancing right now.
Now, if these revenues don't come in like we're hoping, we might have to reevaluate what we're budgeting for, but that's a couple of years down the road.
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Wow.
So what
Good
would
job,
how would
Renee.
you explain that our budget is our overall budget is less than last year by what I think you mentioned almost $1 million.
Probably the major one is
ESPRS.
removing the LATC
Yeah.
TCF funds from the general
Capital.
fund into the capital improvement
Yeah.
fund.
That's what the two that I saw was the 925 for the capital improvement and then the PSPRS, so that's $700K. So I mean, I'm thinking that was why the difference.
Yeah,
From last
mainly
year
the
to this year.
LATCF funds because it just sits as a balance.
Right. No, that's good.
We've played our cards right with that.
Oh yeah, we made the right decisions,
Well,
and we've
yeah.
done it on the PSPRS.
Yeah.
Paying that off.
Yeah, Where those guys went and borrowed at a high interest rate and everything, and they're just paying dearly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a crazy trend.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, those were good decisions. I mean, with great guidance from you guys. I mean, ultimately we make the decision. We do that based on information received from you guys. So,
Yeah,
so anyway,
you got the easy part.
yeah.
Look at the numbers and say yay or nay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, the only thing we have to explain is the 8 cents increase. You know what I mean, on the
Yeah, it's crazy because
the tax rate.
we see the
primary.
tax rate. I mean, not saying anything about anybody's money, but FMI covers the majority of
Yeah, 95.
it easily. But we're fortunate in that way in guaranteed tax payment.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
For all
good.
intents and purposes, our tax rate stayed the same. Or will be the same next year, right?
Our tax rate went up a little bit, but the levy went down.
So they're the same, pretty much.
And on that valuation roller coaster next year, it'll
It'll change.
It'll go down.
Accordingly, yeah.
more than like, I mean, the valuation will go up, tax rate will go down.
It'll go down, yeah. But if you look at our overall, I think we're up by, what? 0.3, 0.2 on our overall tax rate. It's 1.31 or to 1.33. So we're up by a couple. 4 cents. Yeah, 4 cents total.
Right. Well, and that's all while obviously improving the infrastructure, improving our fleet. You know what I mean? It's still doing that, adding positions where they're most needed. So we're not, cutting back. We're continuing to improve. We're continuing to improve that infrastructure, and so that's important.
For 50 years,
Yeah.
for another 50. Yeah.
Anybody have any other
I-
questions on
I don't have any questions on it.
No, sir.
I mean, I'll send this those so we can
Yeah.
fall asleep at night.
Any
you know,
questions, just
but-
let me know, and you want more detail on it, I got that too.
Okay. As long as those two numbers, 12 and 13, as long as they match, right? We're good.
That's the moneymaker.
Right. Yeah.
Good job, Renee. And
Oh, yeah,
Austin,
good
and
work.
Austin,
Yeah,
and
thank you
Derek,
both.
and, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you,
Good
Sheriff.
job.
Thank you all.
Sheriff. Yeah. Grants that you went after, that someone else should have been going after.
Thank you for
Yeah.
collaborating.
Wow. Excellent. All right, so is that all to be said?
Not doing anything, we're just, yeah.
Okay, well, then this meeting's adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Good deal.
Turn her off.